Hoovy and Top in your TARDISes, you're listening to Doctor, huh?
Huh? Why do we keep getting Chris Chibnall era episodes?
Why are we so firmly planted in the backpack era?
There's no. I told you this. There's no backpacks in this episode. There's no backpacks in Legend of the Sea Devils. We are firmly out of the backpack era.
Did you not see the Daleks with their little backpacks on?
Don't lie to me.
No, did you go
Who
back
are
and
you?
check? Go back and check. I'm Jordan.
I don't have to check. Who are you?
I'm Jordan Young Dog Canning, and this is Storage Time Wars.
That's really stupid. But here's mine. I'm Am. Oops, the S fell off.
Oh,
Ain't I a stinker?
Storage.
This is the first of the series. Nope, sorry, my notes aren't equipped for this. This is the first of the 2022 specials. Eve of the Daleks, written by Chris Chibnall, directed by Annetta Laufer.
Chris Chibnall, please. Respect his name.
Jordan, what did you think of this episode?
I thought it was pretty good, actually. I kind of liked it.
So I didn't like it the first time I watched it.
You watched it more than once?
Well, see, the thing is, I was kind of distracted because like it was late, but like work stuff kept coming up, and I kept getting distracted. And I got to the end of the episode, and I was like, I didn't really like it. And I was like, I felt like I didn't really give it a fair viewing, so I watched it again, and I liked it more. I liked it quite a bit more the second time. So I figured I might as well watch it a third time and see if I liked it even more.
But each time you start watching it, you're going to start a minute later into the episode for...
No. Well, I did watch it 5 times in total, and by the 5th time, whoo boy, what an episode.
Usually when I watch something more... Like when we watched the Just Me episode of Secret Life of the American Teenager 10 times in a row, every time we watched it, we liked it more, I'm pretty sure.
That's the weird thing, though, is I did watch it 5 times, and I did like it more each time.
Mm-hmm. So I didn't realize that when this episode's called the Eve of the Daleks, I thought it was like Evening of the Daleks.
New Year's Dalek and Eve.
It should have been called the New Year's Eve of the Daleks, if you ask me, because I didn't really get it until I started watching it, and I just felt deceived by the episode title.
Well, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Blank of the Daleks seems to be a very long-running tradition.
It does seem like a thing that they love to do.
Mm-hmm.
There will one day be an episode called Dalek of the Daleks, or possibly Cybermen of the Daleks, Lord of the Daleks.
That's when they try to name the episode by typing on their phone keyboard and just pressing whatever it suggests.
Mm-hmm. You know what I liked about this episode?
What's that?
One of the first things that happens in it, the first thing we see is like Aisling Bea from comedy being funny on TV for a while.
She was funny. She was great in this episode.
She was pretty funny. But I like when the Doctor shows up in her TARDIS and she says, "Well, Flux Arc is over. Let's get rid of this."
Every review that I read of this episode was like, Chris Chibnall really fucked it up with the Flux season, but what a great start to the series of specials.
So this was the Flux season, right? This is what we've come.
This is coming right off of it.
Mm-hmm. Have we seen?
So the stat, it's unclear to us, obviously, because we're watching this in a really stupid way, what just happened, but the TARDIS has gone through some shit, and the Doctor has to, like, reset it.
Well, here's my question. And I don't know why I'm asking you this, because you don't know, and I don't know.
I might know. I watched it 5 times.
Was Dan the man, our man Dan the man? Was he, like, Flux exclusive? Is this all he got to do? And if so, I'm so sorry, Dan.
I don't know. I think he might be, because Flux is series 13, yeah?
Yeah, we don't know when Graham and Ryan got hit by that bus.
Well, I've got the list right here. Let's take a look. So we've got Ryan, Graham, and Yaz in series 11 and 12. So yeah, he probably was a Flux boy.
Oh no.
Oh well.
Poor Dan the man.
So yeah, I did really like this episode a lot. I actually think that this episode made me really, dare I say, feel a little bad about how harsh I've been on Chris Chibnall, because between this and Ransgrove Colas, I'm like, man, he can write a good episode.
I mean, I've said before, I watched Broadchurch in like one frenzied evening several years ago, and it was like a very good television experience.
Mm.
Chris
I haven't
Chibnall
seen it, but
Chris Chibnall
this
is
actually
a competent TV writer. They hired him for a reason. He just I don't know what happened. I mean, I think there is a version of Doctor Who that he wrote that was good, but it wasn't the version we got for the most part. But he wrote some good episodes.
But this did get a lot of the things that we loved about Ransquare of Kolos, or certainly the things that I loved about it, which was like it took time to let the characters have moments together where it wasn't just plot happening.
And
That was
speaking of,
what was so miserable about Praxeus, is that it just never slowed down.
and
There's a
speaking
lot,
of,
and the fact that this episode I believe it's an hour long, yeah.
yeah, too long, but whatever.
It's a little too long, but it is a special. But yeah, I think that it had a lot of really nice, slower moments,
And it let
that
the
did a lot
characters
for me.
interact, and also it let those bones breathe.
Oh
This
my
is
god,
a
the only things that
bone-heavy-
breathe more than the characters are their goddamn bones. We see these characters' skeletons dozens of times
They are
across the cast of characters.
They are so excited to be out and about, but
And
they
I
only
was
said
excited. I didn't think I would be getting to see Aisling B's skeleton, and I got to see it. I mean,
I actually saw
what,
it
she
behind
gets blasted like 8 times, and I watched it 5 times, so I got to see her skeleton 40 times, I
20
think.
times, yeah. And I saw a behind the scenes factoid. I don't know if you watched to the behind the scenes, Disney Channel commentary
Uh-huh.
pop up tracks where it said
Yeah, of course.
every actor in this episode actually got X-rays just so you knew you were seeing their real skeleton.
I thought it looked realistic.
It looked
There was
really like her skeleton.
when we were talking about Ghost Rider on 0 to 0, Val took issue with the fact that Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider skull didn't look like his human face shaped into a skull.
But
This was
looked
exactly like that. It was
I've
beautiful.
spent a lot of time looking at like photographs of Aisling B and the rest of the cast of Doctor Who, and what I like to do
Their
is
hair had skeleton bones.
well, what I like to do is I print out the photos, glossies. Go to Walmart and I print out like some 8x10s. I put them up on my corkboard, and then I take a silver permanent marker, and what I like to do is I like to draw the outlines of their skulls just to try to sort of figure out what's going on in there.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I spend many hours, many hours, maybe 6 to 7 hours a day doing this ritual.
Yeah, I mean that's why we're recording this a little late.
And I feel,
Because you got lost.
Part of me feels vindicated that like I was so correct and so close after so many attempts of trying to figure out what their skulls looked like under their skin and face. But part of me also, it's like when a story reveals too much. Like, did I need to know what Jodie Whittaker's skull looked like? Does that make me happier as a person? Or would it have been better for me to just have my own drawings and my own sketches and studies of her skull?
I think that it made you happy to see Jodie Whittaker's skull.
I did clap and cheer, but then I took all my 8x10s that I printed out at Walmart and I threw them away.
It's the beginning of a new era where now you know.
I know. Now I know for sure. So now I'm going to start drawing their leg and arm bones. And see
absolutely. I have one more thing that I want to say about this episode before we get into it, which is anyone out there who knows the song Disenchanted by My Chemical Romance from the hit album The Black Parade, go ahead and watch this episode. You'll have a great time, especially by the 5th watch. And just confirm for me that every time it goes into like a like quiet sentimental scene, it just sounds like Disenchanted by My Chemical Romance. Please confirm.
I thought you were going to say that it syncs up perfectly to the hour-long song Disenchanted by My Chemical Romance.
I should have. I think the Black Parade might be roughly as long. I should have synced it up.
Mm-hmm.
I should have synced it up for one of my watches.
So this episode takes place entirely inside of a decrepit, very strange storage facility that is also like 6 stories tall and 100 stories wide, and it's called Elf Storage, but it's self-storage, but the S fell off is the joke.
Yeah, which is so funny because obviously this is like the festive special. I'm sure it aired around New Year's because it's a New Year's episode. It's very funny that they pull up to Elf Storage at the beginning of the episode and you just don't think about it. You just don't think about it until like 40 minutes in where it's like, oh, the S fell off. And you're like, oh,
that's a lot of like Christmas trees and stuff on the inside. and we meet one of our first two. There's two normals in this episode because we have the Doctor and Dan the
Mhm.
Man and Yaz the Maz, and then we have Sarah, played by comedian and Taskmaster alumnus,
Alumnus.
Aisling B.
Ashling.
Aisling B. And then there's another guy named Nick. He's funny. He's weird.
Yeah, played by a Johnny Salmon. He's great. I really liked him in this episode.
He's
too.
good in this episode. They're both.
We've got another. Did you ever watch Father Ted?
I did watch Father Ted, made by the disgusting transphobe Graham Lyman.
Yeah, I know. Fuck that guy. Did you catch who was Sarah's mom on the phone?
Oh, was that not what's her name? The housekeeper.
Yeah, Mrs. Doyle,
Mrs.
Pauline
Doyle.
McLean. Yeah.
That was good. That was fun.
So Aisling B, Sarah, I need to say the character's name. Sarah's on the phone with her coworker Jeff.
Jeff is
and we learned that Jeff constantly fucks her over. Every New Year's, he's like, "Yeah, I'll totally be there." Haha, not. So she's leaving a furious voicemail for him as her seemingly only customer. They say it, and I think they mean it literally. Her only customer, Nick, arrives.
And presumably, here's my thought about this, because we learn later, so Nick is our only customer. We also learn later that Nick has a New Year's tradition where he comes by every New Year's to drop something off. It's the only time of year he comes by. Mm-hmm. Is it possible that maybe this is the only day of the year that Elf Storage is open? It's only open.
Hey, well, that's what I thought. That's why it's called Elf Storage. It's only open between Christmas and New Year's.
Right. I mean,
and then you could only get your stuff back out during that time.
I mean, nobody puts their stuff in this place except for Nick and Jeff.
And Jeff. And boy, does Jeff put his stuff in this place.
He puts a lot of stuff in here.
I loved Jeff.
There's this, Jeff was... Was Jeff the guy we saw at the end of the episode, or was that just another guy that was...
We'll talk about that later, but no, that's not Jeff.
There's this, endless bit that goes on where Aisling B, whose name is Sarah, I need to remind myself, I just kept calling her Aisling B for this whole episode in my mind. Sarah is, her phone's broken, and she can't turn off the notification. She says, okay, hold on, not to get
which really had no payoff in the end, but that's okay.
Not to get Cinnamon sins on this show so quickly, but they did this bit where she says the button on my phone is broken and I can't turn off.
Oh, believe me, when I was on my first watch where I was in a bad mood, I was like,
you could just go into your settings and turn the notifications off.
There's no button, it's a touchscreen.
It's a touchscreen, and also you could just go in through the settings and turn. But maybe she doesn't. Maybe she's old. Maybe she's an old woman.
You didn't notice that they had her in old age makeup.
Nick comes by. Nick is nice and he's quirky, and he's got a big box of Monopoly to drop off at the store.
I wouldn't really call him quirky. I would say he is a weird guy.
He's a weirdo with a heart of gold is the way the show describes him. I don't know, but he's here to drop off a Monopoly. He asks her, I thought he was up to no good when he asks her, remind me of the things I can't store here, and she says here's foreshadowing for later.
It's so funny, though, because, I mean, this was another one of the biggest changes between my first and second watch, is I was like, this Nick guy seems really shady. And then when you watch it the second time, it's like, he literally just wants to talk to her.
Yeah. And she says, she's like, no animals, living or dead, no food, no, basically
Make a note of all of these things. They will come up later.
No stolen goods. And then no hazardous materials.
No cans of beans.
Yeah, no cans of beans. No funny. Don't live here. Also, no people.
Don't live here.
Don't store your VHS tapes here. But then he's like, well, what does hazardous mean? And then she says, anything that if you set it on fire would cause a very bad explosion to happen. Remember this later. The doctor will say it.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, then it's probably okay if I bring in this. And he puts a vintage copy of Monopoly on the
I
table.
thought he was going to open it up and there was going to be a time machine in there, or a Dalek inside, or
yeah,
something.
I was wondering if this was I found this space waste. But no, it's literally just an old Monopoly
just a strange
game.
Man. Okay,
we also learned that part of the reason that her business is so fucked is that literally across the street there's a better, more modern, probably also cheaper facility.
I mean, the elevator alone at Elf Storage, scares the shit out of me.
It's creaky.
It's a creaky old elevator. We go
Yeah.
on the TARDIS. The Doctor is going to hard
Oh no,
reset her
no,
TARDIS.
you got to get Nick's line.
Oh, funny. He said,
He's
"Oh
like,
yeah,
"Well, I'll just be in my unit. See you next year." And she says, "You've been practicing that?" And he's like, "Yeah."
yeah." Feels bad. Not good.
We go to
Okay,
the TARDIS,
the
and
Doctor is
they're doing
gonna.
some shit to put the TARDIS into self-reset to clear out the flux debris and minimize the
Yay.
number of doors.
Gonna
Let's hope
deflux.
that we never find out what that means.
I think you mean next week we're gonna find out what that means when we roll another episode of Flux. Even though there's
I
like a
loved
3%
when
chance.
the doctor says that the TARDIS is going to be out of commission for a little bit. So as they activate this self-reset procedure, they're going to land on the sentient beach of San Mumbadum or something.
We're never
And
gonna
she
get a
says,
fucking. Every time she tries to go to Chill Beach Zone, it fucks up.
she says, playing chess with the fish, drinking mocktails with the lobsters, which made me laugh. Well, this is what we know now, is that this is why they were going to a beach in Legend of the Sea Devils,
Right.
because they didn't get to go to one this week.
I mean, isn't that why? Weren't they gonna go to get the Flor de Lamar treasure in Legend of the Sea Devil? Because that came up in
Yeah.
that episode too. Whatever.
Yeah.
So they're trying to go to the beach.
I
and
want to say also, and these are the kinds of
Mhm.
things that you notice on your fifth watch of this episode, but
Did
I
you?
thought-
Sorry. Can you drop the bit for a second? How many times did you watch this episode?
I watched the episode 5 times.
Did you actually watch the episode 5 times?
Yes, I watched the episode 5 times.
Did you actually, for real, not joking, did you actually sit down and watch this hour-long episode of television 5 times?
Yes, I watched it 5 times over the last 3 days
Why did you do that?
because I
You
thought it would
actually-
be funny.
Wait, you actually watched this episode 5 times? I don't believe you.
I watched the episode 5 times over the last 3 days. I thought it would be funny, and
Mhm.
also I legitimately found that I liked it better each time, so I kept going.
Name 3 of the animals that were in Jeff's funny storage place.
I think there was like a lynx cat.
Okay.
There was some kind of like there was like a deer, I think.
Huh?
Oh shit. I
don't
think there was like a big bird.
What was the name of the monster, the alien monster that was attacking the characters in the episode? What was it called?
Trick question. It was actually called Daleks Monster.
Damn it. I think you watched it 5 times.
I legitimately did.
Why did you do that?
Because I was having a good time.
Weird.
I thought it would be funny.
I'm the one who's drawing the bone structure on Jodie Whittaker's head, and you're the weirdest one. So
I thought it would be funny, and then I just found that I was having a good time with it.
the doctor is going to reset the TARDIS so that people will forget about Flux and never mention it again.
Oh yeah, but to finish my thought,
Mhm.
I did want to say I really liked Jodie Whittaker in this episode.
she was good in this one, and you know
I
who
thought
else
she had
is-
a lot of really good 13th Doctor, like trying to maintain her vibe of like happy, fun, quirky, flying by the seat of her pants, chaotic, whatever. But whenever she like has a little moment to herself, she kind of like almost looks at the camera and is like, "Oh boy."
I also thought, you know who else is good in this episode? Yaz and Dan the Man. Both
Yaz
good.
and Dan are so good in this episode.
I love Dan.
And not only them as characters themselves, I thought that they as a duo were great.
I'm like so mad that this show wasted Yaz and Dan on Flux. I mean, we got a lot of time.
Well,
to
hey,
do that.
we also have the finale of these specials, Power of the Doctor, which might be good.
I don't think
Ace
it will
is
be.
in it.
Why? Why though? Okay,
So,
the
who
doctor
knows?
says that they have to leave the TARDIS in 7 seconds or they'll all die.
So they do, and they don't.
And they get out, and then they're not on the beaches of Santana. And this is the part where Graham, or I keep saying Graham, sorry. I know that they're both old British white men. Dan
He's not
says,
that old.
he's a middle-aged British white man. He says, where are we? And then Yaz says, and more importantly, when are we?
They are in Manchester on New Year's Eve, 2021.
Earth. Population 7 billion.
I was wondering what the thing was where Dan is like, Manchester of all places.
Oh, Manchester.
I forgot that Manchester and Liverpool have a big rivalry.
We call it footy. They have a footy rivalry.
I think there's way more to it than just sports, but yes. They go up to Nick storing
kill
his
each other.
Monopoly game. He leaves a little sticky note on the shelf with a name and a
man-
date.
This man is a serial killer. This is a serial killer behavior.
I thought his explanation when we get it genuinely made sense.
He's archiving. He's Dexter.
I guess it is possible that he's a serial killer. That's actually true. But then all the lights turn red for some reason.
Yeah, well, you know. Man, by the way, can I just say, since we've been locked in the backpack era for so long,
There's no backpacks in this episode.
the Daleks are all wearing backpacks with water
They're not.
bottles. I'm fucking so sick of this shitty theme song.
I don't care for it.
Why
We've
is
talked
it-
about it before, but yeah, it's not
bad.
I don't think it's terrible in and of itself. Just as a contrast to what the others are going for, I just don't agree with it.
The Seventh Doctor winks at the camera, and this one's like directed by Zack Snyder or something. Sucks.
So
Nick walks out into the hallway and a Dalek murders him.
yeah, almost immediately he just gets murdered by a
He
Dalek.
gets Dalek,
Sarah
no
gets a FaceTime from her mom, who says,
She says, "You're gonna fail the Bechdel test in this scene, Sarah."
of course, but her mom is like, New Year's Eve is the best time to meet a man. I loved her like arguing with her mom, where her mom's like, I met your father on New Year's Eve. She's like, no, you didn't. You met him on like January 15th. And she's like, it's close enough.
And then she's like, "I'm calling you now because the lines always get clocked up around
That's
midnight."
such a funny recurring thing that
It's
her mom always.
It's such an old lady thing to say too. Like I could 100% imagine
The lines will be busy.
The lines will be busy. It doesn't work like that.
So the elevator comes down, but we don't see what's on it just yet. Meanwhile, the Doctor finds Nick's corpse and says, shit, this guy got killed by a Dalek. Dan doesn't know what a Dalek is, but now he
I have one
does.
complaint about this episode, which is, and I know this is largely a problem with all of Jodie's episodes. She is waving that fucking screwdriver around every minute of every second of this episode. She's waving that thing around, and boy, does it drive me crazy. It's too much.
I kind of made my peace with it because it also pairs with something else that she does, which is that she runs like an absolute fucking weirdo.
I love that she runs like a weirdo, though. I feel like that's not unusual because they even made a joke about this in the last chronological episode of the show that we watched, which was Praxeus, where Ryan is like, "Oh, and also we run a lot." But I just feel like all the Doctors
We're doing the Jamrock Shuffle around the galaxy.
Like, I can imagine. I don't remember like which Doctors run like weirdos, but I can totally imagine like Matt Smith's weirdo run. Capaldi probably runs like a weirdo, but yeah, I don't know. I think Jodie has it nailed down. But like, can we come on? You've got Chibnall money. Just have the Doctor look at Nick's lifeless, deceased corpse and look at the burn on it. Oh my God, I know this burn anywhere. These are the burns that wiped out my entire species. It's a Dalek.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The Dalek weapons,
They
don't leave any sort of mark at all.
And also, if I can complain for a second,
Please.
They changed the beautiful, perfect design of the Dalek, and now it's got like a little minigun on it, and it doesn't have its little plunger arm anymore.
I read on Wikipedia that this is officially a new type of Dalek.
Oh, okay.
These are like the Dalek executioner or something.
I mean,
like
they did mention how like the Doctor wiped out the Flux Dalek quadrant or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So maybe it's even though they give lore excuses, you can't fix perfection. The Dalek design is perfect. Don't change it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the Dalek, it kills Sarah.
If you want to give the Weeping Angels a gun.
Sorry?
You can't. I said, if you want to give the Weeping Angels a little minigun, I'm not going to complain. Like a minigun on their arm. That'd make them way scarier, I think. But the Dalek is perfection.
What's scarier than a monster that only moves when you're not looking at it?
A monster that moves when you look at it.
The same thing, but it has a gun.
I think the Weeping Angels would be way scarier if they could move anytime. Can you imagine? That'd be so scary.
That'd be fucking terrifying because they would be moving.
They could just get you.
They'd be running at you and be like, "Oh no!
Oh no! They're coming at me!"
I liked it better when you weren't running at me.
Like, if I'm being chased by a bear and the bear just stops whenever I look at it, that's not a very scary bear, which, as we all know, is what the bear steal is. Sarah's dead.
Sarah's dead.
And then the doctor
The
comes out.
doctor and everyone, they get out of the elevator too.
Jams the Dalek with her screwdriver.
Okay, this was another one of the things that on the first viewing I was prepared to get really mad about it, but then I didn't, because she points the screwdriver at it like it's a gun and starts interrogating the Dalek. And I did want to point out, I love that when the doctor is like being badass and she's like, "You answer to me, Dalek." Yaz is like visibly like, ooh.
She loves it.
She loves to see the doctor being badass.
Yeah.
And the doctor says that she's using the screwdriver to jam its weapon systems, and the Dalek is like, "No, you're not."
It just turns around and doesn't it just blast them right here, right now?
Yeah, it just kills all three of them.
They're all dead. But then...
And then the theme song plays, so we're like, well, there's gotta be more.
No.
I thought this might have been the end of the episode, but then they played the theme song, so there's gotta be more going on here.
Roll. Teleporting to Sea Devils episode!
I want to say also, I've complained about the fact that they keep bringing the Daleks back. At this point, I just have to get over it. It's just gonna keep happening. It is what it is. I think it arguably would have been cool if they had just let them stay dead and come up with a new thing.
You're never going to let them stay dead. I think, honestly, okay, here's my thought on this. Because this episode was okay in the sense that there was like 5 Daleks in it, which is like an appropriate number of Daleks. If the episode has less Daleks than Remembrance of the Daleks, it has my seal of not too many fucking Daleks approval.
Unlike Flux, where there were 5 million.
5 million Daleks.
Oh, sorry, hold on. I just got a note from Chris Chibnall. It was actually 10 million. Oh, he just gave me it was actually 500 million.
That's
It says it was 5 trillion Daleks.
That's a big number. Wow, that's so imagine 5 trillion Daleks coming for you. Wow, scary. My point being, Daleks are like a staple, like a classic. Like, logically speaking, they're never going to get rid of them.
Probably not.
Get rid of the Weeping Angels. We're done with them.
I think that we should get rid of the Weeping Angels.
Don't need them anymore.
But yeah, to what I was saying was I've made my peace with it. I think it would have been cool if the Daleks stayed dead, but they didn't, and they're going to keep coming back. And I'm just going to enjoy them from now on. And boy, did I enjoy them in this episode.
The show retconning the Doctor blowing up Skaro and every single Dalek at the same time and killing them all. I think once they retconned that for the revival, I think that we were stuck with Daleks for good.
Which is fine. I'm okay with it now.
It's okay too.
And
yeah,
there are so many moments with the Daleks in this episode that I fucking love, where a character will say something to them like, "That's not fair," and the Dalek will go, "Daleks are not fair."
I love that they're like, "What? Daleks have no friends."
The number of times that the Daleks are just like, "Daleks are evil bastards."
If you imagine, please close your eyes and imagine. Let's go on a journey.
Okay.
Imagine Sora in the room. Imagine Sora in a room with some Daleks.
Okay.
Just imagine that. Daleks have no heart.
Well, come on, you gotta have a heart. Everyone has a heart.
My friends are my heart.
When you roll away.
When you float upstairs.
So, okay, after the theme song, we come back. Sarah and Nick are in the middle of talking about Monopoly, and they both have a sudden moment of like, what?
Deja vu.
Whoa. Fuck? They're like remembering stuff that the other said before they say it, but neither of them has quite understood what's going on just yet.
They haven't played The Outer Wilds, and that's
Outer Wilds.
They said The Outer Wilds, didn't I? They haven't played.
Yeah, they haven't played the Outer Wilds video game.
They haven't played Wilds. They haven't played Obsidian's hit video game, The Outer Wilds.
Meanwhile, the Doctor, Yaz, and Dan get out of the TARDIS, and they all are like, "What the?" And they run up to look for Nick and try to save him from the Dalek. Nick, meanwhile, he takes his Monopoly game and he's like, "Wait a minute, I definitely got killed by a big robot here. I'm gonna not do that again."
Mm-hmm.
So he runs back downstairs to make sure that Sarah is okay. She, meanwhile, tries to leave,
And there's
But
a
there's
big barrier around
there's a
the
big
building.
barrier, which we will later find out was put up by the Daleks to trap them
Yeah.
in here.
The Daleks are basically just trying to kill the Doctor. Classic stuff.
What else is new?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
she says, Jeff had all this stuff on the 5th floor. I'm going to go up to his storage unit and see if he's got a weapon. So she goes. The Doctor, meanwhile, they find where Nick was dead the first time, but now his Monopoly game is just sitting on the floor, and they're like, oh, fuck, he turned into Monopoly.
I don't think that's the conclusion they drew, but okay.
I watched it 5 times. That was what they...
Oh no, he got raptured.
he got raptured into a game of Monopoly?
Rapture of the Daleks, where the Daleks they bring about the
cool.
rise of the Antichrist, and I just don't think Doctor Who is Christian enough for my taste.
No, I thought it was going in that direction with the Satan Pit, but then they just didn't, which was a real shame,
Really
a real
sad.
missed
They
opportunity.
did kill a
there.
lot of slaves in that episode, which was interesting.
So Nick gets down to the entrance, and he shocks himself on the time barrier. I really loved the noise that he makes when he touches the barrier.
He goes full grape.
And he just goes like...
He goes full grape lady in that moment.
He looks at the security camera footage and sees Sarah running up to the 5th floor, and he's like, "Oh no!" And then the Dalek shows up and kills him.
Swap-a-rude, which they will bring up later. That it doesn't. It's not important, but the Doctor does bring up that they were in different locations than they were the previous loop.
Yes. Well, what's important about that is that it shows that they are in the loop.
They are in the time loop.
They're not just going to keep doing the same thing every time. They are conscious of what's happening.
They have looked at the.
That's right. Let's cool out Outer Wilds spoilers. So Sarah gets to. I love this shit.
This part rules because
Jeff, her shitty coworker.
Jeff is a Doctor Who villain that we never got to meet.
He has put up a "No girls allowed" sign on the hallway. We learned that she told him, yes, it's okay if he puts some of his stuff in a storage unit. What he has done is he has claimed an entire hallway and put up a sign that's like, "Remember, Sarah, you said I could do this." And she goes into each unit that he has claimed.
This is Storage Wars. You never know what you're going to find.
Rattling off each of the things that she said couldn't be here. She's like, taxidermied animals? Absolutely not. Stolen goods? Fuck off. Food?
I'm sad
no.
that she didn't find his weapons room.
It's a real shame. And
then her mom calls her and has the same conversation again about meeting a man on New Year's.
And the fucking funniest part is when her mom is like, New Year's Eve is the perfect time to meet a man, as the Dalek rolls up to her.
Are you with a man right now? Negative!
Daleks are not men!
We are just normal men!
Dalek kills her again.
I think I referenced that. I feel like I might reference that on every single episode of Doctor Who that we've done since I saw that video for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, it is good.
It's incredibly funny. Anyways.
The doctor gets to Nick's corpse at the entrance.
I'm so sad that those bones aren't breathing.
Yeah, that's the trouble with the Dalek weapon, is it lets the bones breathe, but just for a precious few seconds.
It's edging those bones.
Oh, God. So it did make me laugh when the doctor, I know what she meant, but when she's like, "It looks like the Dalek was cleverer than us this time." And I know that she means that it anticipated them going to different floors. But I love the idea of the Dalek very cleverly rolling up to them and blasting them with a death ray.
The Daleks really do brute force their problems through time travel, energy weapons, and numbers. And that's pretty much the way they solve all of their problems.
The Dalek finds them again. It tells them how smart it is and says that Dan is an idiot. This is another one of the Yaz and Dan moments that I like, where she defends him from the Dalek and is like, "Only I get to call him an idiot."
What was up, by the way? Did I miss? Is this a thing I missed from every other episode we've seen with Dan the Man in it, where he calls Yaz Sheffield because she's from Sheffield?
I don't remember it happening any other time, but it's possible I just missed it.
New? Is this maybe it's something that he started doing during the beloved Flux arc that everyone enjoyed?
Well, he's in Manchester, so he feels like he really needs to assert the fact that he's from Liverpool.
Yes,
But he doesn't.
his
He doesn't want to do it in a
pride.
weird way. So he's like, if I assert where everyone's from, then it's fine.
He starts calling the doctor Gallifrey.
We need you to come up with a good strategy, Gallifrey.
I hate Ringo Starr voice so much. It makes me so angry. We gotta come up with a strategy, Gallifrey. We're stuck in a time loop.
So the Dalek, the Doctor kind of tries to taunt the Dalek by being like, "Hey, you killed us, but we're alive again. Looks like you failed." And the Dalek's like, "I didn't. That wasn't the the plan. Wasn't to kill you once."
The plan was to kill you over and over again.
So yeah, it kills them over and over again. Next loop. Sarah finds herself standing at the entrance, and she notes that the time on her phone is a little bit later than it was before. That's odd. I think it was 11:51 at the start, and now it's like 11:53.
Yeah.
I do want to say, if I have one critique about this episode and like the plotting of it,
Can I guess what it is? Because I have a big critique too, which is the fact that the Doctor just figures out or assumes that the time loop will close precisely at midnight on New Year's Eve. Because
there's absolutely no reason to believe that the time loop will close.
Was that what your criticism was?
That is what it is. They're just like, we're gonna run out of time if it closes on midnight. Like, I know it's the New Year's special, but
it's the narratively satisfying time for it to happen.
So it's very arbitrary.
I mean, it's the TARDIS doing it, and we know that the TARDIS is a messy bitch who lives for drama.
Mysterious ways.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone realizes that they're in a time loop. Sarah goes to look for Nick.
This was just like in my favorite 3 or 4 or 5 indie games.
It was very trendy at the time.
They were.
I love when this is such a funny scene. I love this part where the Doctor like charges up to Nick and Sarah in the hallway they've bumped into each other. They've established that they're in a time loop and that they're getting killed by robots. The Doctor just like charges up to them with her psychic paper held aloft. And Sarah is like, "You're from the council? 3 building inspectors on New Year's Eve? You make me sick." And the Doctor just like, "Well, I have to go with this line,
And then,
I guess."
by the way, this joke made me a little bit, which is Nick at some point is like, "I don't know what's less likely, a time loop with killer robots or 3 people on the council working on New Year's Eve. Folks, am I right?"
It did make me laugh.
You
I have
like
no
that one? context
for it, but boy, do
it's
British comedians love to talk about the council.
I mean, I guess it's just like bureaucracy, just a little bureaucracy. I mean, I feel like if I was
the Doctor, when Sarah's like, "Are you from building control?" The Doctor's like, "Yes, we're here to control your building."
I would assume that the council is like they're there to make, like, is it for council housing?
If I'm not mistaken, it's city council.
Okay. Are they here to help, like, make a repair? Are they here to do an inspection?
Sarah thinks that they're here to do a surprise New Year's inspection with 3 inspectors, which is why she's so pissed off.
I mean, the building is fucking gigantic, so you'd need 3 people to look through all of Jeff's contraband.
I also like that the Doctor corrects her when she's like, "Oh my god, there's killer robots in the building," and the Doctor's like, "It's a Dalek," and Sarah's like, "You know what it's called? Is it your robot?"
Aisling B is funny.
She's really good in this.
She's a great, and part of me is like, I think that this character is just like doing her comedic stylings, so it was really hard for me to separate her from her character. I was just like, that's Aisling B. I've seen her on Taskmaster. This is who she is. even like she not to like sit here and talk about Taskmaster for 25,000 minutes like I always do. But the fact that she's on the phone with her mom and she says "Mammy," like that's what she said on Taskmaster when they gave her mom the pineapple. So I was
which is so good.
It's so.
Oh yeah,
good.
I was thinking about Aisling B's mom and that pineapple every time the phone rang.
I was like, is that Aisling B's mom? Is that a real mom? Why did they do that?
I did wonder that very briefly at the start, but no.
That is.
So the Doctor explains to them what the Dalek is and that they're stuck in the time loop too, although they still are going with the lie that they're from the council. The Dalek rolls in and starts blasting at them from the end of the hallway. Nick, like, tries to be chivalrous and block Sarah, but she says that he's being patronizing. So he, like, takes cover behind her instead.
He just grabs her and chucks her in front of the laser.
They take cover in his storage unit.
Right.
And the doctor's like, great, so where's the way out? And he's like, well, there isn't one. It's a storage unit.
And this is where we find out what Nick does with his storage unit, which is that this is where every New Year's Eve he drops off things that his ex left him in his flat.
Yes, like, the Post-it notes are which ex and when they were dating.
Basically, this is an art museum. This is an art installation of broken relationships. But it's really just that Nick is a tremendous weirdo.
But his explanation, I totally got it when he was like,
well, what if they want their stuff back?
I have a very small apartment.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep their stuff in my apartment because, you know, it's kind of uncomfortable, and also I don't have that much space. So I just bring it here. If anyone ever wants anything back, I've got it ready for them. And of course, we later find out that's not why he was coming here, folks.
They forfeit their stuff the second they decide to break up with him and left the stuff there. Put that shit in the trash.
I did think it was very funny because we learn here, I have it written down. The Post-it note on the Monopoly game is Simone, November 2020, January 2021.
Damn. Not a lot of time.
Which means that he dated this girl Simone for like 1 to 2 months.
She brought Monopoly
and in that short time span, she brought over a vintage copy of Monopoly.
Left it there, and then broke up with him.
And also, he hung on to it for the entire year so that he would have something to put in storage.
He's a strange fella.
But I'll just spoil it right now. He's coming to see Sarah, folks.
What? Are you serious?
That's all it is. That's the real reason.
Slipped into Josh voice for a second. Did you hear that? Are you serious?
So, yeah, but from her perspective, she's like, oh my god, this fucking guy. She first of all, there's a little moment where they're like, are you killing these women? He's like, no.
I mean, not all of them. Just some of them. Just the ones that had it coming.
So Sarah's like, you're a weird guy, man. And Yaz and Dan, who are weird people, are like, hey, that's harsh.
Weird guys.
And Sarah goes off. She's like, he's a fucking weirdo. He comes here every New Year's Eve to drop off stuff from his exes. And because he does that, my business is still operating and I have to be here on New Year's. And now because we're here on New Year's, there's a fucking robot trying to kill us. Oh, this is the part where she's like, now there's this robot, and they correct her, Dalek, and she's like, oh my god, this stupidly named robot.
How much is Nick paying in not rent? How much is he paying to store this stuff if it's single-handedly keeping her afloat?
Well, she did inherit the business, so I assume that it's free.
But like, she has to pay to keep the power on. It's a big-ass
she inherited
building.
The power.
Big-ass building.
She inherited the power from her uncle.
She surely needs to be able to buy food and stuff. She has an employee.
I did find it very funny that the lady who's running the storage facility, as to like emphasize how much she hates her job, that she yells at him, just throw stuff away.
She doesn't want to be here. She wants it to go out. If she had her way, this building would explode in a tremendous display of fireworks.
That would be nice. So
that would be nice.
Nick feels bad. He runs out into the hallway. We didn't mention they like shut the big heavy metal door, which is why the Dalek is not currently in the room killing them. He runs out into the hallway and he's like, she's right. This is all my fault. Just kill me and leave them alone. The doctor, meanwhile, is like, that's not how they work. That's not gonna.
And then the Dalek is like blasting its way through the wall, and he's loving it and having great times while the doctor.
Yeah, which I thought, and maybe it's just because I've seen the Great Serial Remembrance of the Daleks. I liked that we know that there are special heavy weapons Daleks that blow everything up, and this is not one of them. So it takes its death ray a while to punch through the big metal door.
I love the heavy weapons Daleks.
I don't know that that's what they were going for, but it did make me think of the heavy weapons Daleks.
I don't think they wanted us to think of the heavy weapons Daleks, but
the Dalek wearing a shirt that has like nip holes cut in where rocket launchers poke out.
It costs me $500,000 to fire this weapon for 12 seconds.
Did you catch that as the Dalek is blasting the door, Dan holds a ski and an iron like it's a spear and a shield?
Dan the man.
I love Dan.
He is so ready to kill. I mean, he is waiting to kill. When we get to Legend of the Sea Devils next time, he has the bloodlust in him. I love Dan.
That's true.
I love Dan.
He's a killer.
He's a freak.
Who knows how many fucking people he killed during Flux?
Yeah, he is ready to kill.
So the doctor who has, she's satisfied that there's definitely no other way out of this room. Sarah tells her that there's a big stash of weird shit from Jeff on the 5th floor.
So come up here next loop and we'll see if we can find something to take care of the Daleks.
Yes, this is also where the doctor first notices, because she sees Sarah's phone, that they are indeed losing a minute with each loop. So she's like, okay, we need to be unpredictable. The Dalek is just like chasing us around. We need to go somewhere that it's not going to expect. She says, let's not come back here. That's what it would expect. I don't know why the Dalek would expect them to go into the room where they got trapped and cornered. But
they look down on human.
The Dalek doesn't know about the stash. We'll go up to the 5th floor. And then it blasts the door open and it kills them again. They run straight to the 5th floor.
Unfortunately for Sarah, a Dalek spawn camps her, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then a second Dalek is in the building also.
Yes. While the doctor and her friends are in the elevator, she also theorizes that because of the barrier, I guess, she's like, the loop must be contained within this building, and that's why they want to keep us in. So if we get outside and make it past midnight, we'll be free from the loop. Again, I don't think there's any logic to that, but whatever. Fine.
It's no rules, just right, Doctor Who.
Yeah. So this is so good. So good. I'm gonna talk about Sarah and Nick's part just so I don't have to interrupt this so good part. Sarah bumps into Nick and she apologizes to him. And she's like, this is all the doctor's fault. I didn't mention that the Dalek specifically said that it's here to kill the doctor. So Sarah's like, this has nothing to do with us. Let's just try to escape. Okay, great. Now that we've got that out of the way, I can talk about my favorite fucking thing in the episode, is that Dan's, when he hears that there's a second Dalek in the building, he stops the elevator on the 2nd floor and he's like, I'll go keep the Dalek busy. You go up to the 5th floor. It'll kill me. We'll meet up in the next loop. This is my thank you to you for saving the universe in the hit serial Flux. So he gets off the elevator and he grabs a stray cardboard box and he runs back down to the 1st floor. And he greets the second Dalek and pretends to think that it's an automated kiosk.
He is so funny in this scene.
He's like, oh, are you new here? And the Dalek goes, I arrived 1.93 rels ago.
He, like, complains about the Dalek's, like, tone of voice.
Oh my god, the part where he's like, oh, is this a camera? And he, like, taps the Dalek's eyepiece, and the Dalek goes, like, mad voice mode, and it's like, do not touch me.
He's so angry.
It's so funny.
I love him.
And because he's right up in the Dalek's face, it can't hit him. It's just slowly turning and trying to chase him with its turret, and he's just circling around it, and he's like, you need to work on your customer service skills.
Every time, like, there's that long-running bit on Doctor Who that, oh, Daleks can't climb stairs, even though they can, but it kind of seems like they can't. Dan has discovered a new tactic, which is if you just run around in a circle, if you circle strafe, the Dalek can't get to you. He hasn't taken...
That's what Ace did! In Remembrance of the Daleks, when she was attacking them with the bat, she's just, like, staying close and they can't hit her.
Like, I love Dan. He's got no fear of death. I
cannot comprehend. You know, you read on some Screen Rant or something that Dan, they were like, Dan is one of the all-time worst companions. I think that it's that Flux is one of the all-time worst Doctor Who seasons.
Uh-huh.
I love Dan. Dan's every time he's on screen, I'm just like, yay, it's this guy.
It's rare for me to find a companion that I don't love. Like, so far, I don't like Clara. And
I still want to believe that that was just a fucking
just a bad
stupid episode.
I still don't know if Matt Lucas is a robot, and also with whether or not Matt Lucas is a companion. But like
Wikipedia says that he is.
Every companion we've seen so far is pretty great. Like I like Ryan, I like Graham, I like Dan the Man. Like they're all good. They're all good.
They're all good.
They all bring a little something to the show.
Leela is out of her mind with bloodlust.
Fucking Ace is all time. Rose is really good. We haven't really seen much. We have barely seen any of Martha or Rory or Amy Pond. Like, we've seen 2 episodes. Can we fucking please roll a Matt Smith episode for the love of God?
And there it is.
Please? Why have we seen so little of him? He's in so many episodes. I'm so angry about this.
All right.
Okay.
Back to it. So the Dalek detects Artron particles on Dan, which those were mentioned in Rosa, I remember. And it's like, you are a companion of the Doctor. This is a stalling technique. And Dan is like, haha, I win. And he just accepts the death ray with grace.
I mean, it's great. It's fantastic. I love him. Sorry, while we're on companion talk, real quick, we haven't seen Donna yet, have we?
No, we haven't. I know that, I think Lauren said that Donna is one of her favorites, or maybe her favorite. I know Donna's a fan favorite. I'm excited to meet her.
So fucking good. Holy shit. Okay.
It's going to be hard for me because I've only seen that actress when she was horrible on The Office, but so was everybody else at that point in the show.
We just need to get all these Jodie episodes out of the way.
That's what we're doing. It's sort of like, I've often thought that it's like when you have, when you have a meal.
Yeah.
And you've got a side dish that you're not really too fond of. That's just like a big pile of like roasted onions and peppers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I don't hate this, but it's not really what I'm here for. So I'm just going to power through
them. Except
and then when I get to the end, I get to enjoy my delicious main course for the whole meal.
In this analogy, every time you're about to take a bite, you roll a dice.
Right, and the waiter brings you an even bigger pile of onions and peppers.
and then, but you say, well, the good news is I know that the restaurant will eventually run out of onions and peppers for me to eat, so if I just keep rolling pepper and onion, I'll run out of it.
This week, the waiter brought over a big piece of nice broccoli, and I was like,
yes.
Yeah,
and sometimes the side dish is pretty good. Like, don't get me wrong.
Right, it's still part of the roast veggies era.
Right,
but I'm all for roast veggies when they come
out. When they come out with the big backpack full of sprouts and onions and stuff, yeah, it's pretty good. But
so meanwhile, Sarah and Nick they go into the basement, which is where the other exit is.
There is a door that looks like a cow door. What was up with the cow door?
It was just like a weird like rusted door, and like in the darkness it kind of looked like a cow
door.
It's just like black and white splotches.
Yeah.
I love every time Sarah gets exasperated in this episode because they see the TARDIS and she's like, what the fuck is this? But then even more than that, she sees that there's even more of Jeff's stuff. She's like, what is this weird vehicle? Jeff!
I love Jeff. The crime guy.
So they see a Dalek looking around and they like take cover, and she apologizes to Nick because she lied when I don't even know if we talked about this.
This is such a nothing
when they bumped
moment
into
to
each
me.
other last loop.
Yeah,
he's like, "Oh, you weren't downstairs when I went looking for you because you came to save me." And Sarah's like, "Yeah, that's." But now she apologizes. She's like, "I'm sorry. I wasn't coming to save you. I was looking for a weapon, and thank you for trying to save me."
Mm-hmm.
We go back to Yaz and the Doctor and Dan also as well. Yaz asks the Doctor, and I assume that this is Flux stuff, are we ever going to get that moment on the beach where you tell me everything that happened? And the Doctor says, yeah, for sure, dude.
Does she want to like talk about the War Doctor? Remember the War Doctor? Ugh.
The Lore Doctor.
The War Doctor? No, it wasn't the War Doctor. It was the Fugitive Doctor.
The Fugitive Doctor,
oh my
yeah.
God.
Which I'm still interested. I know that it's Flux, but I still want to know what. It wasn't. It didn't start with Flux because in the next time on after Praxius, I think the Fugitive Doctor was in that one.
I do not see these next time ons I don't know. Like every time I see the credits start,
I'm
I'm
watching
like,
on HBO Max.
me too, but like I don't know. I think you're making this shit up.
No, I think it's usually after the end credits.
And maybe that's why. And then they go into the beans room. Did we talk about the beans room? The room with the beef
I
and
didn't
beans?
get what this was because it's like they're canned beans, but it's like beef and beans. And there's a line here because like Sarah is so grossed out by it, and now Yaz is like, "Who eats beans and thinks these could do with being a bit beefier?" I'm like, "Have you never had a burrito?"
I mean, I'm assuming this is like old person food, like, or I feel like this whole like it's kind
I
of.
don't know. British people and their beans. I don't trust anything that
I mean,
they
it's
say.
kind of like for us, and I'm not saying this food is bad because I have had it before. I'm about to dunk on a person's cuisine, a cultural cuisine. No, it's like if you
Are you
came
about
in-
to say gefilte fish?
No, no, but I would have. But I was saying like if you walked into a room and there was just thousands of cans of spam. Not Mike, not and spam is good in the right context, but I'm just saying like I think it has a reputation for being kind of like low class, gross, fake food.
I see what you mean.
That's my guess.
I do want to get this on the record that I do love gefilte fish.
Ugh. Oh God,
It's so good though.
disgusting.
It's so good. You just don't look at it.
And you don't eat it either. It's another trick.
Oh, it's so good. Okay, so they go to the fourth unit, and because they're just like shit.
This one
shit,
is full.
shit.
This one is full of bombs. This one is full of like.
Well,
like-
the fourth unit is an apartment.
Oh yeah, the fourth unit is an apartment.
And this really got my hopes up because I was
wanted
waiting
Jeff to show
for.
up.
Well, I was waiting for the loop where they just come across like Jeff asleep in this unit, and they're like, "Oh shit, we gotta get him out of here too now." But yeah, I was waiting for them to like find Jeff asleep in the corner of that room, or like at the end, spoilers, when they blow up the whole building. I was waiting for Jeff to like pull up in his car and be like, "What the fuck?"
The top half and the bottom half of Jeff's body are just completely separate.
My house. And then in the fifth unit, it's a ton of hazardous and explosive chemicals.
Some of which look like little mini nukes from Fallout to me.
I did like the callback where the doctor basically says the exact same thing that Sarah does, where she's like, hazardous chemicals, stuff that if it caught on fire would cause devastating consequences.
Funny. It was a funny joke.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes crisps can be funny. And it's why I resent him a little bit, because I just wish... You know how, like, sometimes when a game studio makes a game, they make a bad one, and sometimes they make a good one. I just think
for sure.
If I were
I've seen
Chris
that happen,
Chibnall, I would only make good ones, and then we wouldn't have to complain, right?
I don't understand why everyone doesn't just do that with everything that
Right,
they do in every context.
why don't they just make him good? I've just never gotten it.
You know what, though? I'm glad that there's another Chris Chibnall episode that I genuinely really like, because I don't want to just roll them and be like, oh no.
Right. Like
now there's suspense. Now there's stakes.
Right. Like same with the Moffat era, like the Tumblr era, as I like to call it. Like some of those episodes are really fucking good, and some of them are really, really, really bad. And now we get to enjoy, and that's kind of why when I pitched Doctor Huh to you, I told you that Doctor Huh has some incredibly bad episodes, a lot of really mid episodes. And
you said Doctor Huh.
Yes, Doctor Huh has a lot of bad episodes. No, Doctor Who.
And I can't wait to get started on making them.
Doctor Who is mostly mediocre mid episodes, and then there's some that are astronomically terrible, and then there's some that are like the best TV shows I've ever seen. So we get a lot of fun on this one. But yeah, I do.
It's going to be really funny when we do get our next 11th Doctor episode, and we're like, yes, and then it just sucks ass.
If it sucks ass, it sucks ass in a different way, though. Is the thing.
That's
the
true.
variety.
That is very true.
We know what we're getting with it, and it's something a little bit different, and that's important to me.
Anyway, so Jeff has a room full of explosive chemicals.
Who is this guy?
We never find out. He's not in it. I was really hoping he'd have a little appearance at the end, but he doesn't.
Honestly, I think it's funnier that there's just a mysterious man who breaks all the rules. He's just out here.
The Dalek rolls in and starts shooting at them.
Did they die? Did they die here?
Not in.
They run away.
Which I did think was odd that he didn't blow up all of the explosives.
We then get a scene, we get like a little like confession moment from Nick and Sarah where Nick confesses that he's had a crush on her and that's why he comes every...
Because he knows that Jeff always lets her down, so she will always be here on New Year's Eve.
Very sad.
Feeling very sad. He doesn't say that part. He doesn't say, I know you'll be vulnerable and sad. No. That was me saying that. But he's just like, I know you'll always be here. From my perspective, why don't you just come other times?
And then, and also, well, we learned that he's a gigantic weirdo. Sarah's like, you've come every year for 3 years just to say hi to me, like, once a year? What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
I do want to say the reason that they get killed in this loop is that he says it's been a 3-year-long crush, and she's like, what the fuck? And the Dalek is just like, on my way.
Oh, and this rules, the Dalek kills Nick, and then she says, you're gonna be sorry for that. And then the Dalek, Kingdom Hearts dialogue. Daleks are never sorry.
So good.
I
so
love
good.
Daleks. I love them.
She tries to leave through the big metal door, but it's rusted shut, which I thought would be relevant to the ending. It doesn't.
Yeah, I know. I was like, wait, but they just open it at the end. How do they?
I will say, and this is one of those things that you notice when you watch the episode 5 times. It's not like rusted shut, like as in there's no getting this door open. It's rusted shut as in it slows her down when she's trying to leave. Like she does almost get it open.
She just didn't mash Y fast enough to get it open.
That's right. The Doctor and Yaz end up surrounded by Daleks.
When someone gets surrounded by Daleks, one of my eyebrows raises and I say,
Can these two just fucking die? I miss Dan. Come on, let him rejoin the squad.
That was what I was thinking. It's like, no, the second one of them dies, they need to just. It's like in ReZero. I always thought this in ReZero, and I know that, and I know this is like breaks the narrative of the show when there's so many moments of uncertainty. Like, does he know that he's really going to come back every time? But if I was Subaru, I would just kill myself constantly. Every moment anything goes remotely wrong, so I could start over. Like
you're starting a new Hades run fresh.
Like
I didn't get the build I wanted on the 5th floor. I might as well just start over. I will say, in the light novel, Subaru does agonize over whether or not he has a limited number of retries. Right. So it's I don't think they get into it in the anime.
Right. But it's so good. But yeah, check it out. That's if the second I am like, well, Dan is dead. Okay. I'm just going to blam. Okay. We're trying again.
Dan, no! Hi, Dan. So the Doctor asks the Daleks why they created this time loop. And they're like, we didn't create the time loop. Your TARDIS did. And we simply followed say it with me, everyone. Unusual energy readings.
Wait, can we try that one more time?
1, 2, 3.
Radial tracking. We never figured out which order of the words it is.
I think it was radial tracking map, but I know that you always say radial map tracking, so I tried to outplay you.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Jesse?
Unusual energy readings.
Is that Jesse?
That was supposed to be a Dalek saying it in that tone of voice.
Oh. There's no tone of voice when it comes to Daleks. They just do one.
So we say that they are here for revenge. And she's like, oh, for what? And they're like, for the war fleet that you destroyed. And she's like, okay, good. I thought it was going to be for the genocide.
Right. Like the Doctor has killed the Daleks so many times. But apparently this is specifically because of Flux. And then
you're going to have to be more specific about which time I killed millions of you at once.
Yeah, all the Dalek children. And sorry, while I'm thinking about genocide, I need to tell you an amazing thing I learned. That
is a hell of a sentence. Go ahead.
No, it's a movie thing. It's when a big thing gets blown up and a bunch of people die. Okay, we all know that at the end of the beloved movie Star Wars: A New Hope, Luke makes a 1 in a million shot, and he blows up the Death Star. And I was curious about how many people died when Luke did that. And
they were all home from work that day.
I want to get the exact word.
It was in like Batman v Superman. It was the abandoned commercial district of the Death Star that he blew up.
It is maybe okay, here it is. This is on Wikipedia, and it ruined my life. According to Star Wars reference books, the population of the Death Star was 1.7 million military personnel, 400,000 maintenance droids, and 250,000 civilians, associated contractors, and catering staff. He killed all the caterers! He killed them all!
Think how many people were running around with ice cream makers trying to get out of there before it was too late.
They were just trying to get some decent meals to these stormtroopers.
I mean, to be fair...
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
If you're feeding those mouths, do you not have it coming a little bit? I just love that somebody wrote a book at some point was like, we need to make sure that people know that Luke killed all those caterers. Does that weigh heavy on his conscience, or does he not give a shit?
No, he hates caterers.
He hates them. Okay, back to talking about Doctor.
He didn't grow up with caterers, so he has no respect for people who do. I'm really glad
that you thought that was as funny as I did. And now you can...
So the Doctor says, one of the weakest defenses I've ever heard... She's like,
the Sontarans were gonna do it.
It wasn't my idea to use the flux to devastate your war fleet. The Sontarans were already doing it, and then I just did it instead of them.
All is forgiven. Goodbye.
So that's the end of So the Daleks kill them. They run straight for reception this time. Welcome back, Dan. Good to see you again.
We have 5 minutes per loop because the loop will close at midnight because it's narratively satisfying.
I really liked the way that the Doctor walks up to Sarah with this like, hey, what the fuck was that expression?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, remember when we were going to meet on the 5th floor? Sarah is like, there's no time to talk about what I did. We need to go get Nick because he's a weirdo, but with a good heart. And my friend says that good-hearted weirdos are keepers.
And then Yaz looks directly at the
glances
Doctor.
At the Doctor.
Oh.
And Dan notices.
He's going to have a good heart-to-heart with her later.
And Sarah says that they can't leave Nick alone because he always dies at 5 to midnight.
So if he dies this time, he'll be locked in. It'll be locked in to the loop. So
the Doctor's like, okay, I'm going to go save him. You stay here. And then we go to Nick, who's trapped between 2 Daleks.
Time for, we introduced this bit a couple weeks ago, but then we immediately forgot about it. This is my cool time moment. Nick is trapped between 2 Daleks, and I know you and I are both going, do it.
He literally says to them, he's like, all right, say it.
Exterminate! And
he fucking ducks and they blast each other to death.
It just works! How many times have we seen this ploy?
And you know what?
Strategy work.
I could be annoyed at the fact that it works every time, but
it's delightful.
I thought it was great. I love when the Doctor finds him celebrating and it's like, holy shit, how did you beat them? And he's like, it was a combination of strategic analysis, weapons knowledge, and battle-ready thinking. And she's like, did you duck? And he's like, yeah. And she goes, nice!
It's so good! I love that!
She pats him on the shoulder hell yeah, dude!
Okay, we saw this work on the Cyber Troopers or whatever in Renskor Ep Kolos. Did this happen did the Daleks do this in a different episode?
We have not seen the this is the second time we've actually seen this happen, I think. There was a sort of one where in the Robin Hood episode, they surrounded the robot and pinged the laser around it.
That kind of counts. And then in Remembrance of the Daleks, Ace didn't make the Daleks shoot each other, but she did duck under their lasers, and that to buy them enough time to defeat them.
Yes. I do also want to say, I can't remember if it's happened yet, but something that never fails to make me laugh is when the Daleks go, halt! And they go, no! And just keep running.
The Daleks are just perfect. I love them.
Because the Daleks, they have incredibly powerful, terrifying weapons, but they turn pretty slowly.
They're very...
And if you just keep running and you go in a direction that they have to turn to face you, they probably won't get you.
They're not great at getting. The getting part is the hard part.
But if they get like mid-range, you're fucked.
Right. They're definitely a mid-range kind of hero.
They go back downstairs. I love that Nick is like, I just killed 2 Daleks, 2 top-level Daleks.
I love that.
And the Doctor's like, don't milk it. They're all the same type.
We got rid of Dalek ranks a long time ago. I killed the big head one.
So the doctor says, okay, we don't have time in this loop to get up to the 5th floor. Oh, no. I think their plan was to lure the Daleks to Jeff's chemical room, trick them into exploding themselves, and run back down to the basement. But they're like, we're not going to have time for that at this point.
So their plan is that they're going to take advantage of the time loop and use this current loop to bamboozle the Daleks by doing a fake plan.
That's I think the next loop, but that is a thing. Maybe I can't. It's either toward the end of this loop or it's the next loop. I don't remember, but yeah. So Sarah tells them there's more Jeff stuff in the basement that she hasn't had a chance to look at yet. Dan suggests that on the next loop they split up. Some of them bring Jeff's explosives down to the basement. Some of them draw the Daleks around. The doctor says, and I like that she describes this as her party trick, is using the sonic screwdriver to do what she calls sonic ventriloquism.
She's always doing this. We've always seen her do this.
Is that a joke, or
No,
has she actually done
never.
this before? Okay, I was gonna say. But yeah, she's like, I can like bounce the sound of us running around to different spots with the screwdriver and bait them to go where we aren't.
Daleks are so dumb, and I love them for it. No thoughts, can empty, except for the little squid in there.
We do see the little squids after Nick blows them up with each other.
Yeah, they don't do any grabbies though, which I was sad about.
Well, that was a mutant one.
Right, they were mutant Daleks.
That was not a normal one.
Right.
So this was confusing, but it turns out it makes perfect sense later. When the doctor's like, we will need an ignition trigger. And then Sarah's mom calls her, and the doctor says, aha, we will use the phone, and if you can get her to call you at 10 seconds to midnight, it'll trigger the explosion. There's more to it than that. It didn't make sense the way she described it, but it does make sense when it happens. I like this part where Sarah like goes off on her mom and she's like, if your plan is to get my mom to call me at a specific time, then we're fucked. And the doctor just like stares at her like, can you please take this seriously? Did you notice, by the way, and this is one of those things that you notice when you watch the episode 5 times, but when Sarah says, if that's what we need to happen, then we're fucked, it like cuts to a reaction shot of the doctor, and they clearly like slowed it down.
What?
It's like a 3-second shot of her staring at Sarah, and I'm pretty sure that they just didn't have as much footage as they thought that did, because it's like weirdly like frame by frame of her staring.
Weird. I did see a shot of the doctor making the funny meme not bad face later.
I don't know when that was. You posted that screenshot. I did not catch that.
I already
face.
forgot about it, unfortunately.
Oops, oh well. But Sarah's like, okay, I will try. And then we get what I would say is the worst part of the episode.
When the doctor gives a reason you rock speech. Oh, it cringes.
She did that in Praxis too, and it sucked that time.
This is the doctor thing. This is the thing the doctor does sometimes. And you go, oh, you clever humans. You're always...
Come on, you brilliant humans.
But I don't know. Maybe it just doesn't work for me. And she's
think it kind of dragged on a little too long.
Says,
I think it could have worked if it was a little shorter. Because
her whole thing is
Sarah's like,
you try again and you mess up and you make mistakes and you learn from your mistakes and you try again. And then she like goes off the rails about forming bonds and making friends.
Right. Because if all that she said was, we try, we fail, we try again, we improve each time, and then we win. If that was all the speech was, I'd be like, that's hell good. Yeah. But the part where she starts literally summarizing the episode, she's like, and then you apologize to Nick. So now Nick trusts you even more. And that makes Nick reach social link level 7.
She pulls out a chalkboard. Your relationship becomes 25% stronger each loop. And then if we actually divide this by the number of people that are here.
Oh my God. And then she's like, and we're forming these bonds between us. And this is what being alive is all about. And I'm just like, just strip it down,
tone it down,
make it like half the length. I think
this is why this episode was an hour long, and she went on for 15 minutes.
That's true. And then 3 Daleks appear
And
and
kill
kill
them.
them all immediately.
Wait, is this the part? I think it's the next one that the next one they die doing a heroic pose. It's great.
No. Maybe. There's a lot of that toward the end, but Sarah runs to the elevator, but the Dalek like blows up the like power junction
This loop
panel
sucked.
thing on
This
the
is
wall.
a bad loop.
Yes, this is the obligatory bad loop. And Sarah's like, "No, that's not fair. Daleks are not fair."
And then Nick also immediately dies in the dark. The power goes out, right? And then
that's why.
Then the doctor is like, "Oh God, the plan! Oh no, it's dark. I gotta go."
This is the part where I was like, you know what? I like it here, where she like takes out her sonic screwdriver, she turns into a flashlight, which is another thing I just have to fucking get over it, and she like runs away, like waving it, and it just looks ridiculous, and I like it.
And Yaz is like angry about it. She's like, she's unhappy that the doctor is leaving them behind.
Yeah, but the doctor's like, we're in the dark. I need you to stay here. I need to know exactly where you are.
Oh, this is weird.
What's that?
Dan gives Yaz like a pep talk about feelings and about like do you like the doctor, blah 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 blah. But he says that we spent 4 years traveling the world together.
Yes, which
I'm assuming that means that Flux took place over the course of 4 years.
I'm also thinking that there was 4 years of them adventuring together, because he specifically says, "I know you really well from the 4 years we spent traveling the world together," which doesn't sound like that's
such a bond that they would have. That's such a
in.
bond that they would form, though. Like I didn't realize that they were. I always felt like Dan was like the leftover, or Yaz was like the leftovers from this other group of companions.
Well,
but
now I kind of want to rewatch a little, not the whole thing, but a little bit of Legend of the Sea Devils and see the scenes with them interacting specifically with the pirate costume, because I think the tone of Yaz telling him to wear the pirate costume and him doing it is pretty different when we know that these two are like best buds.
They're buddies.
They are buddies.
Have we actually... Sorry, do you know, have we gotten the finale Jodie Whittaker episodes yet? Have they aired? Have we seen them? We know that that David Tennant comes back. Okay.
She has regenerated into David Tennant, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?
The fuck? Are Dan and Yaz still there? I don't know. We'll have to see. Interesting.
But so yeah, he's like, "Have you told her how you feel about her?" Yaz pretends not to know what he means, and he says a line that, and I think this is really funny, because he says, "Please, you didn't have Kane looking at that hologram." And I said, "Well, that's just a bunch of words that you put in the episode." So I Googled that specific quote, and there is a Reddit thread from an American viewer being like, "Hey, can any British person explain what the fuck this means?" and there's so many comments from other American viewers being like, "Thank you."
And the funny, apparently it was me. I posted that.
Apparently, to Kane means to like really, really do something. So he's saying you didn't half Kane how much you look. He's saying you really looked at that hologram.
There's probably a hologram of the doctor talking to them. Maybe
I'm assuming
they got split up during Flux and they had to travel independently without the doctor. Which
I'm just going to make a prediction on what's on the hologram. I'm going to say that in the hologram, the doctor says,
"You're all clever."
Something to the effect of,
"Humans,
we'll have a beach day where I'll tell you everything."
Man, if there's like a significant part of Flux where it's just the Yaz and Dan the Man show where they're traveling together trying to solve shit, that would be okay.
I want to see it.
I want to see it.
I don't want to see Flux, but
I want to see. I don't want to see Flux, but I want to see the travels of Yaz and Dan.
Yeah. So Yaz gets really flustered, and then she admits, "Yes, it's true, but I don't know what to do about it." Dan says, "Hey, you remember what's her name? Do you remember her name?"
No. Oh, the girl who gets put in the hostage robot.
Yeah, she was in Legend of the Sea Devils too at the end. Yeah. I can't remember her name. Was it Diane?
Diane. Good memory.
Okay, I guess I can remember her name unless we're both wrong. But yeah, he's like, "I waited too long to tell someone that I liked her, and then the universe ended while I was stalling."
And then they put her in a robot and karate chopped it.
But she is fine in Legend of the Sea Devils, so it's okay. So yeah, he's like, "You gotta tell her. You can't just wait for the universe to end again."
Yaz is crying, and then they get blasted.
They get blasted.
And then the doctor also gets blasted.
Yeah, she finds Sarah's corpse, and she's like, "Well, this is a bad loop," and then she dies. I love that the next loop just starts with the Doctor, like, angrily stomping forward, where she's like, that was a really bad one. I'm really pissed off about that last loop.
We gotta try again. I gotta get a better time. We're speedrunning this shit.
Oh my god. She finds Jeff's boxes near the TARDIS, and she's like, okay, let's see what's in them this time. And it's fireworks. And I think she goes, Jeff, you bad, bad man.
Jeff is a sicko. He's breaking all the rules.
Oh my god.
They're gonna find Jeff doing some real fucked up, like, there's gonna be some drug, like meth in one of these boxes.
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore, yeah.
Not by the end of the episode, there won't be.
His vampire cattle.
She kind of snaps at Yaz to go get Sarah and Nick and don't argue. But then she feels bad and she's like, look, I'm sorry, but I can't let you die as a result of my own actions, which we don't know what she means, and neither does Yaz. Yaz goes to get them, and Dan is like, you know she likes you, and the Doctor's like, oh, well, I like her too, and Dan's like, come on, Doctor.
She likes
you are 2,000 years old. Don't fucking act like you don't know what I'm talking about.
At this point, you're 9,900 years old. We skipped a lot of it. You should know what it means to want to kiss one of your own companions. You've done it at least.
Yeah, and I like that Dan, like, calls her out on her bullshit.
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Dan is the man. He's the one. He's confronting the Doctor. He's standing up for Yaz.
For Yaz, his friend.
His friend Yaz, who he traveled
Oh, this
with.
is another part where a Dalek tries to shoot Yaz as she's running past.
She's
it's like,
serpentine.
stop moving. She's like, why would I do that? Bye!
Activating bullet time! Okay, so Sarah and Nick are upstairs getting all of the chemicals. This is where we finally get the joke about, he's like, why is it called elf storage? And she says, because the S fell off. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I like that that's just the end of it.
Yeah.
Just move right past it. He says, you're right, my exes are probably not going to ask for their stuff back. So
I think this episode
because she's like, if they blow up the storage facility, all that stuff's getting destroyed. He's like, that's okay.
Yeah. And then Yaz makes it to the top, to the fifth.
Sorry.
Because Sarah says, she's like, what are you going to do without this place? She says, I've always wanted to travel, but I've never had anyone to travel.
Never had anyone to travel with. Gee, I wonder if
is it possible? Could love bloom on the battlefield?
Then Yaz runs in and is like, the plan has changed, leave the stuff, come to the basement.
This is where we get the plan to bamboozle the Daleks.
Yes, the Doctor's like, we have 2 more loops, so we're not getting out on this loop.
We're not going to get out on the next one.
The next loop, because the Daleks are following everything we do and using it to plan for the next loop. So we need to plan 2 loops ahead. Next loop, we don't do anything productive whatsoever. We just lead them around the building, act like we're going somewhere we're not, and then they will think they know what we're going to do on the final loop.
This is such video game bullshit to me. I can totally imagine the video game where you have to, like, set up 2 loops in advance and get it's like you have to get the guards, like, following.
I liked Deathloop, but this is what I hoped Deathloop would be.
I wish Deathloop was a good game. Sorry, I didn't like Deathloop.
Really? I liked it a lot, but I thought it was going to be a little bit more.
Hugely disappointed by it. I thought it was going to be a completely different game than it was. It just, to me, it just felt like Dishonored, but worse.
To me, it felt like Dishonored, but different. And I did really like it, but I thought there was going to be, like, I don't need to get into it.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're going to have one loop.
They're going to do a silly
loop.
Loop.
Everything perfectly
in 1 minute. They're going to do a silly loop and then a serious loop.
Yes.
And then the Doctor does something that I really like, where she gestures at a non-existent watch. Isn't it when the Daleks come in? Right.
Yeah.
She's like,
well, look at the time.
Just kidding. No watch for me. I like it.
Yeah, I like how she. This is another thing that I thought I didn't like it the first time, but yeah, she, like, looks at her wrist and she's like, oh, look who's showing up so late. Just kidding. Haven't gotten a. She, like, stands on 1 foot and, like, leans forward and is like, just doing it for show, and does, like, a big flourish with her arms.
And this is when the Daleks all kill them and they're doing, like, a fun pose. Good,
yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah, you might notice that in my notes I wrote that it doesn't work at all. I disagree with that.
You like,
but yeah, she's like, she, like, taunts them, and I think it is, like, good characterization for the Daleks that they are totally trolled by this, that she's like, she pretends to be really cocky about the amazing plan that they're going to execute on the next loop. And they're like, got it. So, yeah, next loop, Sarah runs to the elevator and she's like, I have to get to the 5th floor. She FaceTimes her mom.
She tells her mom that she like loves her and sorry, don't call it.
And her mom's like, are you drunk?
Then this part is the most okay. Nick,
I loved this.
Nick makes like a retaining, like he makes cover out of all of his ex's things, and the Dalek's like, come out, human, and then the Dalek blasts all of the things from his exes, and he goes,
okay, can we do this dialogue? Can I be the Dalek? Because I lost it at this. So he says,
thanks for the therapy.
Explain.
X terminated. Come on!
It's that little beat as the Dalek just stares at him and is like, it's
I love
so
that.
Funny.
It's really good.
Chris must have been sitting on that for years.
This is a good episode. I like this app.
X terminated.
This is a good app.
Loved it. Aisling. Nope. I called her Aisling in my notes.
She is just
Didn't do that for a whole
B.
episode.
Yeah.
Sarah arrives at the top floor. I will say, this one I didn't like. And I think part of it was that she didn't feel like she bought into the joke at all. She arrives at the 5th floor and she's like, 5th floor, women's shoes. Like, it just felt really half-hearted as a joke. And then the Dalek kills her.
And then this one rules, though, too. The Doctor, Yaz, and Dan are all in Jeff's storage room apartment.
Just hanging out.
They're hanging out
the
with
Doctor's
the
like,
beans.
the Dalek rolls in, and the Doctor's like, hey, we were about to watch Hootenanny.
They're all about to open the nasty beans that they all hate.
Yeah. I do think this is completely ridiculous that their plan is to make the Daleks think that their plan is to sit in this room.
Daleks aren't very bright, are they?
I guess part of it, though, is it's not just that the Daleks will think that this is their plan. It's that because they're not trying to do their real plan, the Daleks don't learn anything.
Yeah, the Daleks have no clue what they're going to do next.
The real secret of it. But she's like, oh, do you have any plans for the holiday? Are you going to hang out with any friends or anything? And it goes, Daleks do not have friends.
And then it kills them.
I thought they were all friends with each other. That's sad.
Yeah, because in Remembrance of the Daleks, they were having that rave in the basement.
It's the final loop. Sarah calls her mom and says, call me back at 10 seconds to midnight. No, the lines will not be full. That's not how it works. Goodbye.
They grab there's a very daring moment where they all grab the chemicals and run down the hallways. The Dalek is just blasting them. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, this is a real good thing the Daleks can't hit anything that's moving.
Yeah,
because that would be a real shit ending to the final loop.
Right. But, television, whatever.
The Doctor sets up the explosives. She puts Sarah's phone, which she has in some way modified, which we will learn in a bit. She has modified the phone so that she could remotely answer the call.
She's basically just trying to turn the phone into, bait, I guess.
Yes, and she sets down the phone on the explosives and says, and I quote, haven't seen this much gunpowder since 1605. I guess the Doctor...
Did she try to blow up Parliament?
I think she might have been friends with Guy Fawkes, or maybe she was Guy Fawkes.
I'm assuming, surely she was in the lore of this, the implication is
there's probably an episode where she foils the gunpowder plot.
Yeah, she tried to blow up Parliament, and she's like, aha, better luck next time.
Ooh,
and I have all the time in the world, because I have a time machine. Anyway.
So she sends everyone away to escape through the door. She turns out the power with the sonic screwdriver, whatever. I love when the Daleks are like, activating dark vision, error, dark vision interfered with, it is the Doctor.
God damn it. Can I tell you
I thought she wouldn't do that.
This isn't a joke. This isn't a joke. I genuinely thought that there was going to be a part where they were going to splatter their little eyepieces with all the beans and beef. And I really wish they had.
Why didn't they do that?
Come on. It would have been so embarrassing for them, and they would have been like, beans and beef, our worst enemy. Yakaru!
This is the cruelest thing since the genocide.
Since the Doctor blew up my friends. They have friends. They had friends. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I hate these guys. Anyway,
So she uses her sonic ventriloquism from before to make them... What's that?
Her classic trick she's always using.
Yeah, her party trick. To make them think that she's hiding behind this pile of explosives. And then the phone rings, she remotely answers it, and we see Sarah's mom pop up on the phone and go, Sarah? And then the Daleks go, confirmed! There's somebody behind the stuff!
Sarah, you got killed by a robot. They all escape through the door that was rusted. Whatever.
I do wish there was just one like half-second shot of Sarah's mom being like, what the? But I guess the lights were off, so it wouldn't have made sense. Damn it.
The building goes up, and we see the building explode, and like they animated the whole building exploding in a way that I kind of dug. Like,
it was really cool. And like, yeah, we see the whole building collapse, the fireworks start going off, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
I think Nick says like, hey, fair play to Jeff. Those are some dope fireworks.
Love to see it. There's some...
And yeah, they have a little romantic moment, him and Sarah watching the fireworks.
There's some dude who I believe in my heart is Jeff watching the storage unit explode and all the fireworks going off. And he goes, wow.
Yaz and the Doctor have a little romantic moment, and Dan smiles nicely upon all four of them. Okay,
a blessing.
This guy is not Jeff. He's watching the fireworks from a distance, and he's filming on his phone, and he's like, what he says, like, great display, just for me, then, I guess.
He's just having his own special time.
I don't know anything more than this. I just know this is a guy from a previous episode. That's all.
Okay, I was like, is this a cameo? Is this a comedian? Is this like the Prime Minister or something?
Oh yeah, we didn't mention it is Boris Johnson.
I don't think he's Prime Minister anymore.
He was at the time.
Oh, the TARDIS probably, is right. The Doctor goes back to the TARDIS, which we could say it looks normal again, but it never really looked normal for this Doctor. It looks like it's got fingers.
I never really liked the like big crystal TARDIS.
It reminds me of the fucking two fingers from Elden Ring. Like just grabbing.
I don't dislike it, but I don't love it.
It doesn't. It just doesn't look right to me. It just looks too weird.
I loved the scene though. I thought this was a really nice scene. They come back to the TARDIS. She like thanks it for looking. She's like, "Thanks for looking after us. If you were bit mysterious, aren't you?"
I like to imagine.
I love when the Doctor like communicates with the TARDIS. I like that she doesn't even really fully understand what's going on with it. I think it's really cool.
I like to imagine that the TARDIS has a voice that's like the Lappy from Strong Bad Emails. Just like, Doctor, I took care of things for you.
And then, yeah, the second to last thing that happens in the episode is that Yaz is like, what did you mean about your actions catching up with you? And the Doctor's like, what?
Nothing.
Oh, I don't know. Hey, do you want to...
Let's go have a beach.
Do you ever wonder what happened to the Florida Lamar?
Let's do pirate beach time. Dan, get your costume on.
Let's go do an episode that everyone will work really hard on.
And then the last scene of the episode is Sarah and Nick getting in a taxi to their trip halfway around the world. And her mom calls and she's like, oh, you're leaving with a guy you just met or something. Or no, that's what they say after the call.
I love when her mom, she's being very overbearing. She's like, do you have your passport, Sarah? And Sarah's like, no, Mom, I threw it in a bin and set fire to it. But then her mom is just like, well, you know what happened to the storage facility, right?
And then, they're going to go on their first date, which is a trip around the world. And then Nick's like, was that our first date in the time leap? Or was that like a meet
yeah. The night in the storage facility was more of a meet cute.
It was kind of Nick and Sarah's night of horrors.
And then the final shot is the TARDIS flying overhead, which looks insane. So silly.
It's a bus being driven by Lady Christina D'Souza, and they all clap. And then here, if I was writing this episode, this would be the final joke of the episode, would be, all right, let's go on our trip. Ring, ring, ring. "Hey, Nick, it's me, Nicole. Do you happen to have my Monopoly board?" And then
And then as a little post-credit stinger, Jeff walks up to the building in rubble and he's like, "What the hell?"
Oh man.
I think what I love about these last two scenes in the TARDIS and in the I think they were like leaving Sarah's apartment maybe. What I really liked about it is that we've had this like bottle episode where they're being chased by Daleks through this storage facility, and it's very like, you know, we talked about how Horror of Fang Rock was very claustrophobic because it's confined to this lighthouse. This is not as claustrophobic, but I really liked having this final scene for each group where it's just like
they get to like
it's just like they finally are able to like exhale. I thought it was really nice.
It was good. Sometimes the episodes don't do that. They just kind of end.
Yeah, solid A. I loved this episode.
It is a solid A. I'm gonna give it a B plus.
Okay, totally fair.
When I think of an A,
watch it four more times and then we'll see.
When I think of an A, I think of like Doctor Dances. I think of like Original Blink or something like that. Not the best episode.
I've held off on the A plus for the record.
I love a good time loop though. Time loops are just a trope that I adore in media and games. This is fun. Aisling B was funny. The Doctor was being good this week. She was behaving.
Yeah, and I think I said it before. I thought that Jodie Whittaker was really good this
She was good this one, and Dan was good in this one. And
Yaz.
They all got to do stuff.
Yeah, firing on all cylinders, like that, it was like that.
It makes me disappointed that we didn't get like the good Chris Chibnall season that we could have gotten.
Yeah. But hey, you know what? There's a lot more where that came from.
True.
Who knows how many more episodes he has that we'll love?
Maybe Flux. Maybe all those other episodes of Flux will be great.
I mean, I've said it before. The reviews of Ranskar Kolos were not good.
That's true.
So who knows how many other episodes people hated that we're going to like.
Kolos is a really good episode.
It's a great episode. All right, Jordan, it's time.
All right.
And then next time on Doctor Who, everyone works really hard on the...
They worked so hard on that episode.
On the pirate episode. All right, I'm sharing my screen.
All right. Give us a good one. Come on.
Yes, and I want to reiterate for the record, the first episode that you see is not the one that we're going to watch.
Right.
Here we go, and we've got our stats here. There is a 15% chance of getting Whittaker again. Look at that big juicy 27 for Tennant.
We have a
26% chance of a Matt Smith. I feel like I'm going to be sick. I just have to do it.
Whoa! Are you serious?
Series 1, Episode 1, Rose.
Fantastic.
All right.
The premiere, the pilot episode. Wow.
Damn, we are jumping from very, very recent, very, very late to the first episode of the revival.
A 7% chance, by the way, to get that episode. Amazing.
Hell fucking yes. I cannot wait.
Oh, great. I don't even remember. I don't even remember if this episode is that good.
I didn't particularly like it, but...
It'll be different. It'll be fun. And we'll get to see Christopher Eccleston, who's the
Eve
best
of the
Doctor.
Daleks was my first episode that I've watched twice. This will be my second episode that I've watched twice.
Wow. Okay, that's really cool. My spirits have been lifted. We are moving away from the backpack era for now. We get a little
as far as we literally can.
We'll get to see the best Doctor besides 7. All right.
I want to see 7 again.
I miss 7 so bad. He's so good. Okay, let's do our Patreon business and then we'll wrap it up so I can go.
Yes, and because you're seeing my screen, you know that I did forget to open any of that, so give me a second. I got too excited about having this spreadsheet. I was like, I don't have to open anything anymore.
You love that spreadsheet so much. Every day I wake up and I see a message just from you that says, I love my
completely
spreadsheet.
Untrue.
This is awesome. I love my spreadsheet.
I believe it's you this time.
To read the message?
Yes.
Are you not going to tell our listeners what our things
are? Oh,
shit.
Fucking hell. All right. If you like what we do, which you definitely do, you can support us on patreon.com/pottingbros, where $1 marks you as a friend of the show on Discord, and it gets you access to all of our bonus content. We have wrapped up for now, but not forever necessarily, our episodes on the Seeds of Death with the second Dr. Pretzel. We got 2 more episodes, but God knows if we'll ever see them. Next time we're going to be watching The Mind of Evil with the 3rd Doctor.
Is that tomorrow that we're talking about that one?
We are going to be recording that episode tomorrow. Thank you for remembering. $5 gets you a pretty special Discord role, marking you as a companion of the show. It also gets you a shout out in the podcast, and you can send us a message that we'll read in one of our many, many funny voices.
So many funny voices.
Gets you all that, plus an incredibly special Discord role, marking you as an honorary member of House D'Souza. It lets you listen to the podcast live while we record it.
And when
we give you a shout out, we will clap for you.
Is clapping okay, or do you want to? Is it sonically okay, or do we want to just?
I think it's totally fine. Okay. If anyone doesn't like it, let us know, and I'll do something else.
We'll just edit applause over,
because I genuinely don't want to do anything that is like unpleasant to listen to. But it's fine for me when I edit it. So thank you to our $5 and $10 subscribers: Dan Big Challenges Silva, JCH, Roy, Stephanie B, Stephanie Karen, Tasty Sea Sponge, and thank you to the honorary members of House D'Souza: Cassidy, Destry Hawk, and H-Cabe.
Thank you.
Thank you also very much, Jordan. We've got a message for you to read this time. It is from Dan. This is a request for 7th Doctor voice.
Oh, man, I haven't done that one in a while.
Well, there's no R's to roll.
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Okay, I got it. I had to warm it up. Are you sending it to me? Are you putting it?
Oh, I posted it in the chat.
You never put it in the same place. This is a good one. Ace, this whole thing smacks of gender. He overturns.
I'm trying to think of a word that has an R that we could throw in there.
This whole thing reeks of gender.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you.
I love him so much. I love the 7th Doctor. We
gotta see McCoy again.
He's so good. Man. McCoy is the best. He is truly goated. All right. Well, Sam, it's been a real trip. It's been a great episode.
That's right. We're on Twitter at Potting Bros, co-host at Dr. Ha. I'm on co-host at Positive Stress.
We're on Tumblr. We're on Tumblr at Dr. Ha as well. Don't forget Tumblr.
I leave that one for you.
Oh yeah. And then you're on co-host at Positive Stress. I'm on Twitter at BradfistRex. I'm on Tumblr at Punished Breakfast. Go on there and vote in my number 1 Metal Gear Man poll. Vote for Otacon for me, please. Just got to prove it once and for all.
Seems like a fair poll.
Well, he's winning right now fair and square, but I just want to stack the deck a little more just to give him a comfortable lead, as he does deserve.
And we got to thank our podcast network, Noisepace.xyz, for hosting us, where you can listen to podcasts such as Pot of Greed, Diet Coke and Lilith's House of Snacks, and also with you, Draining the Swamp, Giants Confirmed.
Wow, cool robot.
I heard a They Might Be Giants song for the first time the other day.
For the first time in your life? You'd never heard one before?
No, I've heard many. But have you heard of Last Wave?
I haven't.
They literally did like a bad lip reading song for the music video of Walk This Way by Run DMC.
Huh. Really?
It's really weird.
That's so weird.
Give it a listen. It's very strange.
It's not like an official bad lip reading. It's just they did it.
They literally just wrote and recorded a song to sync up to that video.
That is such a thing they would do.
It's good.
God, I love
the song. I don't know how I feel about it, but I like that they did it.
It's very funny.
That's
it. Well, not quite, because Sam, I do feel like we had been forsaken for a couple weeks there, but I think that we've seen the light, and I think we should say our blessings and thanks and thankfulness with
absolutely
a little prayer.
Please bow your heads and kneel and lie down on the floor.
Prostrate yourself before your listening device. Thank you.
May your life flow like a river. May your days smell sweet as a rose. May your nights be calm and still as a pond. May you be as lucky as an ace in a game of blackjack, Harkness. May Dan the Nice Man smile nicely upon you. May Bill bowl a hole-in-one. And may the doctor light your path through time. And may I learn, at some point, what Martha does.
Please. Oh my god, I want to see a Martha episode so bad! Okay. Doctor, bye.
Doctor, bye?